If you can't concentrate anymore, it's not because you're lazy. Something is training your brain to fail, quietly, every day. And the harder you try to force focus, the worse it feels. This isn't about discipline. It's about what's actually happening to your attention. Most people wake up already tired. Not physically, mentally. Before the day even begins, the mind has already switched contexts dozens of times. Notifications, messages, news, noise. So when it's finally time to focus, there's nothing left to work with. You sit down, you try, you drift, and slowly a story forms. I'm lazy. I've lost discipline. Something is wrong with me. But that story is wrong. We've been taught to think of focus as a skill, something you can train, something you can force. But focus doesn't work like strength. It works like energy. And energy needs recovery. In a world where attention is never allowed to rest, concentration doesn't disappear, it gets exhausted. Modern life rarely demands deep thought. It demands constant switching. One message, one tab, one glance, one reaction. The mind never finishes a thought before being pulled away. And unfinished thoughts don't disappear. They linger. They stack. This creates a background noise you can't hear, but always feel. That noise is what makes focus feel heavy now. Your brain is constantly reacting. Not thinking, reacting. Every alert trains it to expect interruption. Every scroll trains it to seek novelty. Every moment of silence gets filled automatically. So when nothing is happening, the mind feels uncomfortable, restless, uneasy. Not because you're broken, but because stillness has become unfamiliar. This is mental fatigue, and mental fatigue looks exactly like distraction. Most people think they rest, but they don't. They stop working while continuing to consume. Videos, feeds, information, opinions. The body pauses. The mind doesn't. So rest feels ineffective, not because rest is broken, but because attention never disengages. A mind that never powers down can't come back online fully. When the mind is exhausted, effort becomes friction. You push harder. The resistance increases. You blame yourself. You push again. This is why forcing focus feels painful now. Not because you lack willpower, but because you're asking a tired system to perform. Clarity doesn't come from pressure. It comes from space. So here's the shift. Stop asking, how do I focus more? Start asking, why is my mind never allowed to rest? Because attention doesn't rebuild through effort. It rebuilds through relief. Reducing input does more than increasing discipline. This isn't a fix. It's a lens. Recovery doesn't mean doing nothing. It means reducing input below the level of stimulation your mind is used to. Boredom, repetition, silence. These feel uncomfortable now, not because they're harmful, but because they're unfamiliar. The mind resists what it hasn't practiced, and stillness hasn't been practiced in a long time. Most people don't need better systems. They need fewer demands on their attention. And noticing that is the beginning of clarity. If this made something clearer for you, subscribe.